national parks, millions of acres of wilderness, preserved for all generations. From the towering mountain peaks, to magnificent waterfalls, to breathtaking vistas. America's parks are a priceless national legacy, but now they're being threatened by commercialism and overcrowding. In our pursuit of beauty, are we loving our parks to death?
This is ABC News Nightline. Substituting for Ted Koppel and reporting from New York, Forrest Sawyer.
75 years ago, the U.S. government came up with something the British ambassador then called the best idea you ever had. It was the National Park Service, with a clear mandate to preserve the parks, these islands of hope, unimpaired for the enjoyment of future generations. In Yosemite National Park, unimpaired has come to mean a beauty parlor, a hotel with swimming pool and tennis courts, souvenir stores, and plenty of fast food. It has come to mean traffic on the main road as bad as downtown Houston. And critics put it more bluntly. Unimpaired now means government neglect and hypocrisy and our children's most precious heritage in danger of being destroyed. If we love these parks so much, and we do, then why do we let this happen? Even more importantly, what do we do about it now? First, a closer look at the problem. Here's Nightline correspondent James Walker.
In 1903, after a three-day camping trip to Yosemite National Park, President Teddy Roosevelt declared it was like a great solemn cathedral. Today, Yosemite Valley looks and sounds more like a suburban shopping center.
There's 9 and 1 is 10. Thank you. 159.
The invasion of commercialism in the valley is a painful reality for environmentalists like Leslie Estes, a former park ranger.
As it is now, there's a very urban feeling here. You don't get quiet on the valley floor right now. There are too many trucks. There's garbage trucks. There's trucks that are bringing in all these T-shirts. Yosemite Valley just isn't a place to make profit. We shouldn't be allowing anybody to make profit in Yosemite Valley.
But there are big profits to be made here. Although Yosemite is the size of the state of Rhode Island, 94% of the more than 3 million visitors who come here each year congregate in Yosemite Valley, an area of only 7 square miles. There are 10 stores that sell souvenirs, 20 that sell liquor, and another 14 where you can buy food. Yosemite Park Superintendent Michael Findley sees the concessions as a necessary service for park visitors.
We've been serving hamburgers and hot dogs in national parks for 60 years. All of a sudden someone eats a slice of pizza and that's a problem in Yosemite? The most serious problems are not our visitors. Our more serious problems are external in nature, as are most problems to parks. Air quality, air pollution.
But the people in the valley and the cars in the valley and the campfires in the valley are part of the problem too. And it all gets sucked up into the valley and it just sort of stays. The cars are part of the problem. We can't deny it. We can't deny that people are driving around the valley looking for parking spaces.
The fact is, on some major holidays like this one, traffic has become gridlocked, forcing the Park Service to close its gates. The question is, with all of the added attractions in this park, will Yosemite survive as a wonder of nature or become just another theme park? The center of this controversy is the Yosemite Park and Curry Company. In this park, it is the company store. It holds a virtual monopoly on all the business here, everything from hot dogs to hotels. Under a 30-year sweetheart contract, Curry pays the government just 75 cents on every $100 it makes. Last year, it made an estimated $85 million and paid the government only $635,000. In addition, the U.S. Interior Department has in effect accused the Curry Company of gouging bus and van passengers entering Yosemite and blames its own Park Service for permitting it to happen. This recently released Interior Department audit concluded that the Park Service exceeded its statutory authority by allowing the company to collect $6 million in fees between 1977 and 1989. It compounded its error by failing to collect from Curry more than $3 million in sub-concession revenues owed the government.
It paints a picture of incredible mismanagement, if not ineptitude, on the part of the National Park Service, and it paints a picture of overweening power and influence on the part of the concessionaires in national parks.
For more than 10 years, environmentalist Joe Boland has been urging the Park Service to remove all concessions.
It would allow them to get back to protecting this place and not serving two masters, the protection and the exploitation.
Indeed, the National Park Service in Yosemite is severely strained by a combination of increased responsibilities and drastic budget cuts.
This valley used to be a lake. It's slowly filled up with sediment.
Traditional ranger activities such as informing the public about the park's history have been curtailed. Instead, rangers now deal with big city problems. This drug bust occurred during Nightline's visit. Last year, 766 people were arrested for various offenses inside the park, breaking a 15-year record.
Any kind of crime that you could imagine that could be committed anywhere else is committed here. Murder, rape, assault of any variety. It's wide open, basically.
The park has a 22-bed jail which holds an average of 5 prisoners a day. There is also a full-time United States magistrate. But a ranger's duties do not stop with law enforcement.
Jeff, relax. We have people on the way.
With up to 10,000 people spending the night in the park during summer months, the rangers must cope with a variety of emergencies. On this night, 6 rangers had to break off patrol to help a young man hurt and stranded on a high cliff.
Are you okay?
That's a no.
Finally, at 4:30 in the morning, 10 hours after the rescue began, the injured man was brought down by a team of climbers. He was taken to a medical clinic by Ranger Gus Martinez, who had remained throughout the night. Staff cuts over the past 15 years, reducing the night shift, for example, from some 28 rangers to 8, have taken their toll.
Every office is overstressed, understaffed, and overworked. To do our job at a professional level, we should probably have another $10 million in funding.
So what then is the future of a national treasure like Yosemite? Back in 1980, a plan was proposed that would ultimately eliminate most traffic and facilities in the park and restore former campsites to their natural beauty. Almost nothing has been done to achieve these goals. And when the Curry Company's contract expires in 1993, there is no guarantee that the new concessionaire will be any more willing to trade profits for preservation. This is James Walker for Nightline in Yosemite National Park in California.